At the beginning of this week, on Sunday night, I had an accident with my computer and I broke it. I was attempting to do some homework, which I really had to get done. It was for my exercise and aging class, which talks about how we age, humans age, and kind of the problems that arise with aging, and how exercise as an intervention can help not only prevent but also uh, slow down the degradation process of just natural bodily aging. And we had to do at least a 45-minute presentation. I was in a group of three, so there was one, two, three, and we each had to do about 10 slides. And it was due on Thursday, 2 days ago, and or 3 days ago if it's Sunday. And we had about a week and a half to get it done, 2 weeks maybe. We hadn't started on it all week, so time was coming. We had about 4 days left. So I decided that it's time to make a little bit of headway and get some work done. So I was looking up research articles that we could do. Our project was on sarcopenia and exercising, which is sarcopenia is like a natural bodily process that happens to everybody. Happens a little bit later in life, but basically your muscle mass will start to break down and turn into fat. That's why the older you get, not necessarily the fatter you get, but the less muscle you have. So we had to find a clinical trial article, not just a review or a report, but an actual clinical trial in which tested certain interventions in sarcopenia and what can work as an intervention, or what a certain article found. So our article was on exercising plus drinking a calcium fortified milk supplement. And I know the purpose of my story is not the article, but I guess it's a big part of the story. So basically in the study there was about 4 groups which they tested. The control group, which didn't exercise, didn't drink milk, nothing. They had group 1, which drank fortified milk, and then they also on top of that had a regular exercise intervention of progressive resistance training. Group 2 just had progressive resistance exercise training. Group 3 just drank the fortified milk. And group 4, as I said, was a control group who did nothing. So they recruited men only, about ages 50 to 79. Because while sarcopenia can happen earlier than that, but I guess the effects are more pronounced, 50. So they got this age group, about 400 men. It was in Australia, Geelong, Australia, and around Victoria, Australia, in those general areas. Basically, they found that yes, milk can help you, but the greatest effect for milk to help you is with exercise. So exercise is the best thing to reduce progressive resistance training is the best thing to reduce sarcopenia. And yes, adding fortified milk and calcium and protein doesn't hurt, but it also won't work alone. Exercise is crucial, but a good diet is also crucial. So you just got to keep both in balance. If you could drink gallons of milk a day, and that's not going to prevent muscle loss. Exercise and a keen diet will help. So this is what our research article was, and I had just gotten home to Silver, and I spilt water all over my laptop, and my computer screen just went black. So I thought, well, now what can I do? Who can I see? Where can I take this? So I was looking up many places in town that have computer repair services, and I went to one straight away on Tuesday actually, because that was Labor Day, and they weren't in, so I was like, I don't know what to do. So I went to the information technology services on campus, and we had a discussion with the guy who is in charge, I guess, of information technology, and he said probably fried out my motherboard and that he'd see what he could do. So he called me back on Friday, and he basically told me that my computer was done. There was nothing that he could do. I could buy a motherboard or I could buy a new computer. But the thing that got me was the motherboard was about $460, and a new computer with less memory but comparable to my computer was about $420. So I said, I'm not gonna, it made more sense to buy a new computer in the long run. So this is where I am now. I'm buying a new computer. I'm gonna get my old computer back, and hopefully I can scrap it for some money.